busy recently with that 3-day severe weather outbreak, which the first 2 days we covered live. And of course, we had some tornadoes out there in Texas and Louisiana. And somehow Storm Chaser Brad Arnold was able to sniff every single one of them out. And we were able to broadcast those live on the air before there were even warnings. Big shout out to Storm Chaser Brad Arnold for being such a huge help to everyone involved that day. And of course, we had that tornado down there in Louisiana near Shreveport, which caused significant damage. And on Friday, a few tornadoes and widespread damaging winds caused problems across the Ohio Valley, with over 100,000 people in Kentucky still without power as I'm filming this. I took that day as an opportunity to get out of my little cave here and actually go storm chasing, because I rarely ever get the opportunity to do that. I went down to Tennessee and intercepted some 50-mile-per-hour winds at the Buc-ee's in Crossville, and then I followed the line back home while getting some beautiful shots of the storm's rear end. Countless damage reports and several fatalities were the result of this multi-day powerful storm. But after putting down some snow in the north, it's finally out of our hair and it's time to start focusing on the next one. So let's look at the future radar, shall we? All right, here we go. This is what the radar could look like as we go into the future. Remember, this is just a simulation. It's not exact, but around 2 p.m. today, we're going to see some showers up here around southern Michigan, moving into northern Indiana and Ohio. And of course, a heavier shot of snow up here in the UP of Michigan. That's going to be sliding down to the south and east. And of course, we're going to have intermittent showers and of course, snow showers over here along the west coast as a new plume of moisture is working in from the Pacific Ocean. But look at that snow in the east. It actually turns into a shot of heavy snow potentially for portions of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, the New York City area, even maybe a sliver of Connecticut there getting in on some heavy. Looks pretty daggone crazy on Tuesday, and that pattern is going to try to continue as we go into Wednesday as well. But both of these aspects are going to continue to get stronger as we go farther into the week. Speaking of farther into the week, let's actually look down the road here on the Euro model and see what's going to happen. This is 7 a.m. Wednesday. Showers and a couple storms in Oklahoma, some light snow showers up here from the Dakotas down into Iowa. Things are picking up along the west coast, and let's put this into motion and watch what happens. We get a little bit of a handoff of moisture from the west coast into the central plains here, allowing for kind of the intensification of an all-out snowstorm here for places like Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota, and of course North and South Dakota. This is not going to be like some of the recent ones where it's in places like Idaho for you guys. A drought up into the is going to fuse up with some Atlantic through here is going to be here, but according to the Euro atmospheric rivers, we've had storm, so we're watching that very closely. While we're warm in the south, cool in the backside, but watch what happens as we go forward. That southeast ridge is not going to stand a chance against this big pile of cold air that's going to try to set in across the central and eastern U.S. So by March 18th, the 7-day anomaly, meaning that the week leading up to March 18th, is going to be much below average for pretty much everybody in the U.S. except for the Southwest. And once again, this tells me that any storm that does fire up out. Now, the below average temperatures for places like South Dakota, Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, and then of course the northern parts of the Dixie Alley down there. And then look at that, the 8 to 14 day temperature probability outlook showing below average temperatures once again for pretty much everybody, pretty much daggone everybody across the U.S. as we go into March. I told y'all about this. When that polar vortex started breaking down, I said, this is going to do something. And it might be a little while before it happens. And look, now we're in March and we're seeing the effects of that in the form of a long duration cold snap in March. Unfortunately, I know a lot of us were getting pumped about the prospect of spring being here, right? Sorry to ruin your day. Now, don't get me wrong. This ain't going to be like December around Christmas when we had that historic cold snap. It's just going to be regular winter. Get ready for that. We'll track it here for you. Hopefully we get a big snowstorm to at least make it interesting. But if that doesn't happen, we of course will be continuing to look forward to April as well, where it does look like we are going to have a pretty active severe weather season. So I really appreciate everybody for watching. Remember, I've got coffee. Okay, we just got a huge shipment of coffee